Greetings, it's Mike here with another strength training workout here on a blustery cold day. Start off here with a little bit of warm-ups. Hold your arms straight out to the side, rotate them around in a clockwise position. Loosen up the shoulders, triceps, biceps. Reverse them the other way, counterclockwise. Little torso twist. Loosen up the back a little bit. Get the blood flowing. Alright, a little marching in place. High knees to the chest and down. Alright, from there we'll get started. Go ahead and stand on those bands. Make sure they're equal. Start off with some curls. Come up. I like to do one hand at a time. I usually do 10 to 12 repetitions. We'll be doing 3 sets of each of these exercises. There's about 6 or 7 exercises we'll be doing. Alright, good job. Take a bit of a rest. The blood flow back into the biceps before we get started again. Alright, go ahead and stand on them and let's go at it again. One at a time. Curls. Make sure you use the resistance in both directions, up and down. Very good. Let them rest before you get ready to do it again. Alright, the last set of curls. Stand on them about shoulder length apart and go at it. One at a time. Alright, nice job. Shake it out a little bit. Take a few deep breaths before we get ready for the next exercise. Alright, let's step on those bands and pull these up behind our back. We're going to drop down into a squat, up, and a military press. Squat, up, military press. All right, good job. Rest up. That's a good all-around exercise. All right, step on those bands again. Let's go at it again. Shoulder lengths apart, to your shoulders, squat, and push. Try not to let your knees go in front of your toes. Keep your back straight. Feel the resistance up and down. Usually try and get 3 or 4 strength training workouts in per week. That's why I have these sets of dumbbells as well as these bands. Very good. Drop those down again. Take a break before the next exercise. I'll weave these in between my typical bicycling, swimming, and running. I'm a triathlete by nature. Trying to add a little bit of strength training as I get a little older. All right, go ahead and stand on those bands again. Last set. Squats and military. The snow starts to fall a bit. It's springtime here in the northern hemisphere. See the leaves coming out on the trees, but the snow's not done yet. Very good. All right, from here we're going to transition into some upright rows. Step on those bands and pull them up to your ears. Feel the resistance again, up and down. All right, good job. All right, back at it. Stand on those bands. Upright rows. Keep your back straight. Feel the form. All right, good job. All right, prepare for the third and final set. Upright rows. good job. Done with the upright rows. All right, from here we'll strap the bands probably about shoulder length. We'll do a little chest pulls, stretch them out, pull the shoulder blades together, hold, and release. Hold and release. The snow's really starting to come down a bit here now. I don't think it's going to stick though. All right, good job. Take a bit of a rest. All right, grab those bands again, pull them back, and pull. Pull and hold, and back. All right, good job. Take a bit of a break here before we go about the third and final set. All right, pick them up again, pull them, third and final set. Hold and release. Hold and release. All right, great job. Move them to the top of the door or the top hook if you have an opportunity. All right, work on some triceps here. Pull them out a little bit and one at a time. Hold them up to your chest and down. Feel that burn in that tricep. Extend them out. All right, very nice. Pick yourself up. Rest a little bit. The blood back into the triceps before we go after it again. As the snow is really coming down now. All right, grab those bands again. Stretch them out. So forward and bend them down. Feel that burn in that tricep. There's snow accumulating on the ground there. All right, very good. Back it up. Take a rest as we prepare for the final set of triceps. All right, grab them up. Let's get back at it. Last set. Feel the resistance both ways. Very nice. All right, unhook those as we prepare ourselves for the next exercise. Try and wrap those things down a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of deadlifts, so you kind of loosen up lighten up the amount of band. Step in on a smaller portion. Down and stand up. Bend down. Turn down to let your knees go in front of your toes. Really good exercise. All right, very nice. Shake it off a little bit as we prepare for our second set, deadlifts. Wrap them around a little bit, bend over, and deadlift. right, good job. And shake it out a little bit as we prepare for the final set of deadlifts coming up. Alright, wrap them around again, step on them, and go right back at it. Really good exercise for you all around. All right, good job. With that, I think we're going to finish up our workup with some sit-ups. You like to do 3 sets of about 20 of these. So you can do how many you can do, as many as you can. All right, good job. 1 set down. 2 more to go. All right, right back at it. Well, okay, good job. Rest up for one last set of sit-ups. Not my favorite exercise, but pretty darn good for you. Try and do them after every workout. All right, the last set, sit-ups. With that, we're going to call that a wrap. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe.